Good afternoon, everybody. Megan here from megantdavenport.com, and I need some help. We have just moved into, we've been here about a week now. We've just moved into our new property, and we bought the property before we went away, and we had basically a week to do the painting and lay the floor before we went on holiday. So we were in this mad rush. So anyway, I need some help with decorating. As you can see behind me, I've got this concrete block wall which we painted, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But I've got to do my curtains, and what I was thinking was doing like a white blind, you know, those thick white wooden blinds, because there's the window example, and this was the floor we did, which is like a timber, I don't know if you can see that, like a timber look floor. And I was going to do white blinds, but then I was thinking that maybe it might be too clinical. So what do you think? Should I do curtains? Anyway, I would love some advice. I'm not an interior designer. I'm really enjoying this, but I really don't know what to do. So I was thinking maybe do like a stainless steel. Hey Carla, thanks for joining. Thanks everybody. I can see I've got a couple of people on. Please come and say hello so I can say hi to you. I was thinking about doing like a stainless steel rod and then like flowing curtains to kind of soften the look. So I would really appreciate anybody's advice as to what to do. We have a lot of it's a little bit dark in here and a little bit small, so I don't know whether to do like a white curtain or maybe like a dark grey curtain to go with this floor. So any ideas would be very much appreciated. Pop of colour with the curtains, yeah. So should I go light colour? Should I go light curtains to open up the room? It's not a huge room, it's all in one, kitchen, dining, and it does get a little bit dark because here in tropical Queensland we have a lot of overhanging outdoor areas where we can sit outside. So that's what I was thinking, soften it up because of this brick, right? That's what I was thinking. So the other thing I wanted to tell you about was the lesson I learned with this wall, you see. So quick backstory, my mum and dad decided that they wanted to offer to come over and help us paint, right? Which was lovely, and we had such a short amount of time to do it in before our holiday. But what I didn't realise was this wall here, this is my huge tip, this wall cannot actually be done with a roller. I knew that that when you wanted to paint bigger surfaces, you just buy a fluffy roller, right? So we go to the shop, we buy a fluffy roller, we buy the fluffiest roller we can find, number 25 or 21 or whatever it was, and that's what they told us at the paint counter. So we come back home and we start rolling, and we can't get the paint into the grooves, right? So it was an absolute nightmare. And so what happened was me and Brendan and my mum and dad, we start painting with all these rollers. They were like $15 each, these big fluffy rollers, and it didn't work. So what we ended up having to do, hey Mike, thanks for joining. What we had to do was then go past, do the roller, and then we had to go round every single groove, every single crack, and with a brush, and brush in the groove. Now it turned the whole exercise into an absolute nightmare. It really did, and it made it take so much longer. So what should have taken us a few days to do it ended up taking us like almost the whole week, and we almost went crazy. We were all totally exhausted, and Mum and Dad made it quite clear that they were never going to offer to come over and help us do it again. Okay, so here comes the lesson. Bear with me, because we went back into Bunnings a few times. We had to go buy more paint, and anyway, so in another department, not even in the paint department, we were buying something else, and we were talking to a lady who worked there. So we went to Bunnings, which is kind of like a Home Depot, I guess, and we'd pretty much done 3/4 of the painting, and we were talking to this lady in the aisle, and she says, "Oh no, you bought the wrong roller." And we're like, "What?" You know, we bought the fluffiest roller we could find, and you know, thought that was going to do the job, and it didn't, right? So she goes, "Oh no, you need a special kind of roller." So if anybody's ever renovating a concrete block, this is going to be a major tip for you. You need to buy the wool rollers, and that is what they never told us in the paint department. So instead of like the normal, because the normal fluffy rollers are like a microfiber, and when you roll it into the paint tray, it flattens and then it doesn't go into that groove. So you need the wool roller, which is double the cost, and it gets into the groove, because when you roll it in the paint tray, it doesn't flatten. So when you do it on the wall, it rolls normally. So I was like, oh, so, because we only had one small room to do, and it just made, we bought it anyway, because I thought, well, you know, if we have to do more, then we've got it. And it was double the price. This roller was like $30, and it was double the price, but gee, did it fasten, you know, like it was so much quicker to use this roller than the previous one that we bought. Okay, so the lesson here is, A, you don't know what you don't know. You know, like the guy at the paint counter could have told us that, and obviously he didn't know, and so we never knew, right? We thought that there was just this one particular type of roller that we could use, so we didn't know. So the lesson there is that sometimes you think you've got all the information and you don't. And so the other thing was that if we had paid that extra money and gone with that quality product, we would never have totally lost our minds trying to, you know, work day and night to get this wall painted. If we had just spent the extra money and fast-tracked the painting, then we would have saved ourselves a lot of petty little fights, and a lot of exhaustion, and a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety if we had just known about it for starters, and bit the bullet and basically bought this expensive roller. You know, one of my favorite sayings is pay once, cry once. You know, you might pay a little bit extra in the beginning, but it's worth it for the result, right? So that's what I'm getting at. So in terms of your business, the same thing applies. So if it's worth to pay a little bit to get a faster result, and if you want a faster result, you want more leads, you want more sign-ups, more sales, then you have to pay in order to get that leverage, because if posting in groups and Facebook groups is not going to get you there. You cannot scale it. You have got to learn to invest in yourself, invest in your business, and scale your business so that you've got the numbers, because at the end of the day, if you've got no eyeballs on your business, you've got no business. You need to get people looking at your opportunity, and the more people you can get looking at your opportunity, the better. And so what I'm trying to say is that if you want to learn a little bit more about, because you know, you don't know what you don't know, and I didn't know about this to start with, and since I've learnt this, my business has improved quite a lot. So I have a boot camp, a profit boosting boot camp. So if you're interested in learning about the traffic side of things, getting eyeballs onto your presentation, learning how to specifically get your opportunity in front of people who want to see it, then please drop a 1 in the comments and I will shoot some information over to you. This is a profit boosting boot camp. It's going to teach you about leads, about how to scale your business, about how to invest in yourself wisely in order for you to get your opportunity in front of more people and start to use your time more effectively. Hey Mike, how's it going? Okay, so I've just got one more piece of news, and that is that in the next few days I'm going to be interviewing our top earners in our one of the companies that I promote. Okay, this is going to be my first ever interview with a top earner, so I hope that you all would like to see what they've got to say, because basically they've taken their business from nothing to, they've just crossed the $100,000 mark in our company, and we're all just super proud of them. They're an amazing couple, and I'm going to be having that interview with them over the next few days. I'm just tidying up a few things in terms of the questions. So if you would like to jump on that interview, I highly recommend it. So make sure that you hit the notifications button so that you know when I'm going to go live next, and then you won't miss out on that interview, because you know they've just hit, I think I might have just said, you know, over $100,000 within a year, and you know they've got some great things to share, and they're always very open with what they share. So I'm going to be doing that interview. Even if you want to just jump on and watch me do that for the very first time, you know, it's out of my comfort zone, but I really think it's going to help everybody, all of us, you know. They're going to have some nuggets to drop, and they will be very open with what they're sharing. And then I'm going to also be doing another interview after that with another top earner who is completely different personality. And I'm absolutely fascinated by people's different personalities and what makes them tick, and what is it that drives them to be determined and disciplined to do what needs to be done each and every day to move us forward. So, get the notifications, click see when I go live, all that sort of thing, and stay tuned, because this interview is going to be awesome. And it's going to be in the next few days, just jacking up the time, and I hope you guys can all make it. It's they're the number one people in the company. You're going to get some great nuggets. So also don't forget, drop a 1 in the comment if you want to learn about traffic, how to generate those leads, and also how to get into profit, how to get a sale. You know, your number one skill should be acquiring a customer. If you can acquire a customer, you can show somebody else how to acquire a customer. And it's so important, because if you can't get a sale, you know, in a month or 3 months or 6 months, you know, these people are going to quit. So learn how to generate traffic, learn how to get leads, learn what you have to do in order to get those sales. So drop a 1 in the comments, and I'm going to shoot across this profit boosting bootcamp for you. And please set your notifications and stay tuned for my somewhat nerve-wracking interview that I'm going to be doing with the top earner, and I hope you all join me. Hey Sadie, thank you very much. Love your earnings. Do you mean earrings? These are my purchase from when I was in New Zealand. Do you know what? They're not feathers. It's frayed denim. Cool, eh? Something a little bit different. Anyway, thanks so much for joining, and I will see you soon. Don't forget, 1 in the comments, you want to learn how to get into profit, and also notifications for when I interview the top earners coming soon live. Okay guys, see you later. Have a fantastic day. I'm off to get a massage. Talk to you soon. Bye.